What's up, cyberspace cadets? It's Thursday. It's time for some hot takes with the Butter Baron himself. Brian, how you doing tonight, bro?
Pretty good. What up, fam? How you guys doing?
The chat is spicy tonight.
It is spicy. Somebody threw some cayenne pepper on their nuts.
God botherer, keep bothering them gods. Hearken, Lord of the Falling. It is good to have you.
Yeah, what up, Harkin? Also, I just want to say thank you for the view, God botherer.
It is nice. It's very nice.
It is rather nice. Anyway. Yeah, the wheezing cough as I...
Bubba.
So, whoa, jeez, I'm killing myself
That's
here.
a serious case of bung lung I hear down there.
Yep, I caught the black lung. Too much weed. It's wiping my kind out. You'll never have to worry about me again, Mr. Godbotherer. But yeah. So, what are we talking about today? The Black Mirror season 5?
Yeah, we are talking about Black Mirror season 5. And of course, the brains behind Black Mirror is this dude right here, Charlie Brooker. He usually pens pretty much every episode. Last season, I believe that there were a couple that he didn't write or he co-wrote. And this season, of course, is the same as Trick, right? And there's three episodes with this season. One called Striking Vipers. All right. One called Smithereens, and then the third called Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2. And
Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2.
Yes. All right. And so if we want to, Vipers is the very first thing that we see, and it's directed by Owen Harris, this guy right here. Looks like he could use another drink. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's not the vibe I got from his episode.
Hold on now. It also stars Anthony Mackie, also known as Falcon and the next Captain America, in my opinion. But Anthony Mackie, Yahya Abdul Mateen, big man plays Carl, his lifelong friend. And if you're a fan of Sleepy Hollow, you'll remember this lovely lady as the main character, as a matter of fact, besides Ichabod Crane. Did you ever watch that, man?
We're looking at two different things because you have a.
You're at Anthony Mackie. I'm seeing Anthony Mackie. I see what you're saying.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I got you, bro. Yeah. And what you're looking at now is Kevin, and we're back to Charlie Brooker, and now Nicole Berry.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I was a little confused there. I read.
Yeah,
for a second.
no shit. Yeah, she's so pretty, man. She's a very pretty lady.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I really liked Sleepy Hollow, the series. I thought the last season was fucking complete garbage.
Okay, you said when you said Sleepy Hollow, I was thinking the movie, and I'm like, I don't remember her in it. The series, I never watched the series,
yeah.
so
it was actually good, man. It really was. It's got its own thing, man. You know what? We might even want to maybe do that and talk about that at some point because it's except for the last season, it's really pretty good. It was a great foil for the Winchester brothers of Supernatural. It was a different take on a similar kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, it was hunting down creatures from hell and shit. Ichabod Crane is resurrected from 1777 or 74. I think it's 1774 when he was in this battle with this Hessian. And so he comes back to life, and they go from there. And there's all the, this is big fucking hellmouth shit and all that stuff. So hence the formula, But it's a good take on the formula. But anyway, I digress, as I always do. Of course, lovely Nicole Berry. Now we're going back to Charlie, because it's Charlie. He's the man. He wrote it. It's his. He owns it. All right, Palm Clementiev plays one of the characters of a game that is part of the show, right? She plays the female kung fu character. She also plays Mantis on the Guardians of the Galaxy films. So she's a cutie. Pretty weird blonde hair. She's Scandinavian, dude.
I mean, so I don't know that she really wasn't. The character was modeled after her, right? Kind of, because she kind of looks a little Asian.
No, she is part Asian, yeah.
Yeah, because Scandinavians are part Asian.
Yeah, I mean she's part Asian and grew up in Scandinavia. Yeah, she's yeah. I don't even know what that's called. Just half Asian.
But do you know if they actually modeled the character after her? Or
no,
it looks like they did.
I don't know. I think it was just I think the characters were modeled after the characters in Mortal Kombat. You know, your generic kind of Mortal Kombat male and female figures. You know, kind of Liu Kang and what's her name. Except she had blonde hair instead of being black haired.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that's I forgot to put the Asian dude that plays her counterpart. I forgot to put his picture in, so I apologize for that. So we'll go into the other room and then we'll come back and go over each thing. All right. I guess each episode, if you want to. And what did you think about this?
About just the whole episode, or
yeah.
Okay, well, so the first episode it's really about these two best friends that are playing a video game, and this is like early thousands is the beginning of the episode,
right?
And then they grow up. One gets married, the other one stays a bachelor, and they meet at a party, and they're like, "Hey, you remember that game we used to play?" Which,
he's bringing him the gift as because it's his birthday. So he gives him the game as a gift. He said, "Remember the game we used to play? Well, now there's this VR version of it." And
so he's like, "Hey, remember this game we used to play? Well, you know what? I got this VR version." And right off the bat there, right when he does that, the first thing I think is either this game's like modern day VR games where you just you're wiggling around your hand pieces and it looks fucking ridiculous and everything. Or this game's about fucking. Because there's only two uses. Guys, VR is limited. It's limited to two things. Fucking around or fucking other people. That's it. Mm-hmm. There's no side use for this technology. I mean, at least not yet. And, and not for civilian use. Other than those two, I can imagine VR being useful if you're piloting a drone or something.
Right.
But you get this weird overly friendly vibe right off the bat when they're hanging out. They're best friends, but there's a little more. There's just this weird little vibe, and sure enough. They end up getting in game, and first thing they do is fuck each other.
Yeah. And so the Black Mirror opens up Pride Month with this epic.
Well, oh yeah, memes of destruction, porno. Yeah, that falls under fucking.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly.
But you bring up Pride Month. I guess we have a moral dilemma here. If you fuck a dude in a game,
as
but
a
the
chick,
dude looks like a chick,
and feels like
does
a
that
chick.
make you gay?
See, and that's really what this that's the crux of the question is the changing ideology about what sex is and what sexuality is and what defines us as people is kind of like the bigger issue that's going on here. But then again, it's just about two dudes fucking, whether one's in a female body or not, they're still doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the old saying? If you're catching or pitching, you're still playing ball.
Okay, but you get into this other aspect where they meet in an alleyway, and he's like, "I just gotta know," and it's the gayest scene ever.
It's dumb, man.
It's so gay. They get, he leans in close and they make out, and they're like, "Ugh, no, that's gay," right?
Yeah.
and so. I don't know, Irate. What do you think? Do you think that fucking in a video game is equivalent to having sex in real life? Is that cheating?
Emotionally, yeah, man. I would think so. I don't know, man. Shit. That's
the whole point of this shit. What if it's not emotional? What if you're just there fucking randos?
If it's not an emotional connection now, that's a different thing. See, now, men and women, this is a trick question. I am not going to answer it. I ain't. No answer.
Personally, I think it's like jacking off.
I see what you're saying. There's a masturbatory aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or pornographical, in place of pornography, except that this porno can, excite your dick for you. Right?
Right. And there's interactive porn on the internet, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. There's all that POV stuff and,
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, but at the same time, I gotta say it would feel kind of weird if there was a dude on the other end of that, especially if you knew the dude.
Yeah. Well, and what's so interesting is like, I watched it again this afternoon, and the opening is really, it's really kind of a tightly written, from a writing standpoint, it's not bad. But the story, from a story standpoint, it's like, it kind of hurts. But the acting is good. It's believable. Their relationship is real believable. The way that it harkens back to time, and you can tell the passage of time, establishes pretty well, in my opinion. My only question mark here is. You knew it was gay when he brought him a gift bag. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's true.
And what about the car scene? Right when Carl, I wrote that down because he's like driving this, like it looks like an old Delta 88, man, and it's playing some fucking funk music, not good funk music either. It was kind of shitty from I guess the 70s. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why even put that in there? You know?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even remember it, to be honest. So it's so inconsequential.
It just struck me,
Yeah. But here's the thing. So, let's see what we're closing in. Yeah, we're at almost 20 minutes, so I don't want to go too long with this.
We're good.
But the end of this episode, and I don't mind giving this away, because in the end, his wife finds out that he's having sex with his dude friend on the VR.
Right.
And so they come up with this arrangement where she goes out and fucks whoever she wants.
No. She's doing it VR too. Right?
Oh, she was? I thought she was just...
Yeah. All right, so for one night out of the year or the month, I couldn't figure out what they were meaning. All right, it's like she does what she does and he does what he does. and then the rest of the time they're by themselves. They're like they're married.
But see, I thought at the end she was at the bar and she went off with that guy.
Yeah, that was a VR situation. She was doing the VR thing with her. She had the thing on her head, and her eyes were like bugged out and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was crazy.
I don't know. I guess I missed that part because I was like, wait, so now he's a cuck?
Well,
Why is he a cuck now?
He's still a cuck. I mean, if you think about it, you know.
He's still kind of a cuck, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a virtual cuck. That's less of a cuck. We're looking at cuck
I'm a
levels.
cuck on the internet. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
that never happened.
Wow. You know, there's a woo lad. Woo lad. Yeah. But I mean, at least nobody's actually putting their penis in your wife's vagina, you know?
Right. Exactly. You know. So there was that aspect to it. I guess. All right. So you want to move on to the next story? Where am I? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
The next story is
Smithereens. Yeah, and it's directed by this guy here, James Hawes. And an interesting note in places, the music is by Ryuichi Sakamoto, who's a fantastic musician. Does a lot of like a kind of weird, kind of atmospheric, jazzy type of stuff. He's collaborated with, you know, the way I came into him was his collaborations with David Sylvian. So, hey, Melissa. All right. Family's here. All right.
I'm just going to say this right off the bat before we go into this. I felt like the guy who directed this totally watched the Joe Rogan, Tim Pool Twitter live stream. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, you know what's up. You know, you understand this. You get this.
Right. And it stars Andrew Scott, who's a fucking fantastic actor. You know, you'll know him better as Moriarty from the Sherlock series. The Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock.
Oh yeah? Yeah, not the other Sherlock with the Iron Man in it.
No, not the Sherlock.
Sorry.
And then, so this dude, Andrew Scott's character kidnaps this guy, and he wants to talk to this guy, who is played by Topher Grace of That 70s Show.
Dude, Topher Grace was a 10 out of 10 Jack Conte.
Well, you know, what's interesting about that, you know, the Christ reference did not go unnoticed. Like the sandals and the robe and shit. I thought that was interesting, man.
Standing out on a mountain ledge.
Well, and at the end of it, you know, he just goes back to meditating, like nothing happened. It's a good episode. So, I'm not kind of. All right, let's go ahead and go back into the room, and we'll talk about this one. Smithereens. Brian.
Yep. Yeah. Smithereens. So this episode is really about a guy is using social media and he's blaming it for his problems, which it's kind of a double-edged sword there. You know, in real life, social media is a problem. You cannot contact people without social media. I mean, other than having their phone number, but how are you going to get their phone number? You go to their social media. You know, if your local friends have Facebook, they're just going to be like, go, contact me on Facebook, bro. You know, that's my phone number's on my Facebook.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, if you kind of want to remain anonymous, then you're probably on Twitter. If you're into making media, then you're on YouTube. There's all these different social media websites. We all know them. And they're highly addictive because they create a sense of community, and community is what causes addiction. You can even get this on Discord, you know? And it causes people to do weird things. In this guy's case, he's driving and he picks up his cell phone to look at a tweet. And he crashes a car. So it's not unlike 7 Pounds of Flesh, right?
Yeah,
That was the
well,
Will Smith movie?
A, he's got survivor's guilt, and B, he feels like he's responsible for the death of not only his wife, but this other guy who was actually the drunk driver whose fault it pretty much was. You know, that's the way the police decided it. And usually they call that shit pretty right, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, looking down at a tweet and then looking back up, it's not like he was in a wrong lane or something, you know?
Right.
That's not... He was still in the right lane. I don't really think it's his fault. But anyway,
I totally agree. Now, he reads that situation completely incorrectly.
Yeah.
You know,
he takes an intern... Yes. He takes an intern hostage, and he gets them to contact the CEO of Smithereen. Smithereen is like their Twitter.
All right, so why did he kidnap this specific person?
Oh, he thought he was like a CEO.
Or that worked for Smithereen. Mm-hmm. Right. He wants to talk to the owner of Smithereen, which is like a Twitter, Facebook clone. So it's basically Minds.com.
Yeah, except apparently you're able to log into it.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different times though he keeps saying this is my last day. This is my last day to himself, softly. Well,
the episode had great foreshadowing.
Oh my God! See, I think this is the best written and acted out of the three.
I agree too, but I still think that it was not that entertaining.
Yeah, it was. You know what it read more like to me, like a one-act play. You know, like you could have gotten rid of everything else, and the interaction between he and the hostage, and the phone. You know, the guy on the phone. You could do. I think you could do a play out of this, man. You know, and I think it would have a lot more impact that way, a lot more intimacy. Anyway, waxing retarded, as I usually do.
Yeah, well, we all wax retarded sometimes.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
No. You know, the episode, the acting was a solid 10 out of 10. The scenery, 10 out of 10. The British police reenactment,
That was good.
10 out of 10. Because
the grief group as the whole is the problem, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was just like it was glued in there. It was like gluing like a water balloon to a fucking Michelangelo statue, right? You know, it's just like, what the fuck? You know, and I get what, you know, it's setting up for the payoff at the end where the woman finally finds out her daughter's password so she can get into her Facebook and find out why she committed suicide, right?
Yes.
And of course, you know, when that happens is he's metaphorically committing suicide himself.
Yeah, metaphorically he is, and literally, but I think the reason that this didn't hit too hard for me was because we already know the dangers of this. We've known it for 10 years. We've known how bad Twitter is for your brain. We know how bad Facebook and Pornhub and YouTube are for your brain.
Well, usually, Brooker does this whole, at least one episode on the, that life partner kind of relationship, right? The first time was entire History of You, right? On the first season.
Yeah.
And you saw how technology, helped the guy destroy his marriage, right? And then Be Right Back was about grief.
Help the guy destroy his marriage. She cheated on him.
No. Yeah. His reaction to it though is what it put it back on him. Yeah. But you're right. No, she cheated on him for sure.
She cheated on him.
Yeah, he was pissed and did stupid shit when he was drunk.
That's going to destroy a marriage no matter what you do most of the time.
Yeah, dishonesty, man. Just talk it out.
And
man.
Cheating.
Right, no secrets. No secrets.
So like I said, I think that this would have been really considered like a great episode if this were 2008, but
yeah,
it didn't have the expected oomph that a Black Mirror episode does.
Right, and like those two that I cited, it was like this is like a pale echo of the power that both of those episodes, like, they punch you in the gut, and this tries, but it didn't quite succeed, and it's the best.
Exactly.
It's the best of the three, in my opinion.
Yes, and I agree as well. It's
down.
the best of the three by far.
Yeah.
It just the thing is, Jack Conte, or sorry, not Jack Conte, but Jack Conte, over the phone says to the guy, this isn't exactly what we didn't plan for this. They did. They planned for it. Mm-hmm. They knew that that's what they were doing. The engineers of Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any of these sites understand. They have the studies to tell them what they're doing. So that excuse goes out the window, and they try to humanize Jack Conte in that way, but it doesn't work for me, because he knew. He still knows. In modern day, if you don't think that there's, like, explicitly an understanding that by putting inflammatory things in front of you, you will stay on their website and keep clicking.
Right.
By making, for instance, one that I know we can all understand, by reorganizing your homepage to be more irritating.
You have to get used to a completely new way of doing shit, and then as soon as you're used to it, they fucking change that.
They change it. Yeah, again and again. That is to keep you on their website.
You are a puppet.
That's their... Yeah.
You're a marionette. You're absolutely right, though, dude. That's an accurate picture. The photograph is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So I'm just saying that it wasn't. I wasn't buying it. I really wasn't. I just wasn't buying it. The whole sympathy thing you're supposed to have for the creator. I feel like with the amount of first of all, Jack Conte doesn't argue with people like that in his boardroom. They do what he says.
Right.
Otherwise, they get the axe. They're not like, sir, you can't have this information. No. He just goes, I'd like this information. They go, here you go. There's no back and forth. There's no, I'm trying to save someone here. I'm Jack Reacher, a.k.a. Jack Conte. So, that like I said, it lost its oomph. It was good. It's just daytime special good is all. Yeah,
there were moments though when he was really killing it. That actor, man, it was. I mean, that dude is like, you can give him something mediocre, and he can shine that shit up like a fucking polish that turd. He can do it. He can polish a turd. But it's like, you're right. At some point, the writing, the dialogue was good, especially between he and the hostage. Everything else seemed like it was like attached, radiated out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they built it around that and that. Like, in other words, the ends justified the means. If that makes sense. And if it doesn't, hey,
absolutely.
I'm a boomer. So what? Right?
Okay, well, we got one more episode to go.
Well, let's look at that shit, man. Okay, the last episode is directed by a lady named Anne Savitsky. Mrs. Ann Savitsky. I believe she's from a foreign country.
I really felt like this was the premiere episode, like the episode they really wanted everyone to remember.
You think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It really felt like that. It felt like the production was much higher on this one than the other ones.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and there's this really, there's a caper quality to it. It's like a cop buddy almost thing. There's a lot of weird shit in this one kind of. So it also stars, of course, the main star is Ashley O, who is a singer portrayed by the acting genius of Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God! Did you know that Miley Cyrus can act as a singer?
Yeah, she's playing herself, dude.
Yeah, no she's playing herself. And I gotta say, on acting quality, she's terrible at playing herself. For fuck's sake.
Head like a hoe. Anyway,
you know what? The director should have started filming and been like, "Nah, this is terrible. You get the fuck out of here. We're gonna hire a body double." I don't know what, she's awful. She's a terrible actress. And she looks like she's 38. What the fuck happened?
She sounds like she smokes 4 packs of cigarettes a day.
She sounds worse than me and I have a sore throat.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck?
No shit, dude.
Just, this person has ruined their body and they've done nothing of value. They don't deserve to be the center of a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, that slightly pissed you off, huh?
Oh yeah, no. To start with, that pissed me off because I came into it with an open mind. I'm like, hey, I don't really ever listen to Miley Cyrus. I've never heard anything she said in public because I don't care about her in any way. And the first things that she does and says in the show are like whiny little rich bitch shit about, oh, I'm such a victim. And I'm like, oh God. Oh my God. Kill me now. This is totally how she acts in real life. You can tell.
Well, it's like the, and then the woman who did a really good job playing her stage mother aunt thing, right?
Yes.
She did really good. I enjoyed her character. It was a very good, evil woman, conniving. And I love the plan is like, so she catches the Ashley O, the actual real star, right? What they have done is they have marketed this fucking Alexa-like thing that's a doll, right? And it's got like, they neurally mapped Ashley O, and they put it in this thing, and so it's like having Ashley O with you, and you're talking to her, right?
That's the other thing. I'm sitting there like, I don't care how far you are in the future. They're not putting the entirety of somebody's brain into something. What? Okay. What
is that your problem? That shit.
Well, okay. There's a lot of problems. This story is badly written.
My spider sense is going off.
There's so many problems with this. They wouldn't possibly put a whole brain, even if they had the technology to, into a doll they sell to people. Because what if you hacked it? You would have everything this person ever knew. Their social security card, their driver's license number, their passwords, their Gmail accounts, everything. You'd have everything in millions of locations. That's so dumb. I just right there, I'm like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
All right, this is the lady named Susan Porfer who plays the Aunt Catherine, right? And she's really good in that. This young lady plays, I guess, who's really kind of like the main, not Ashley O character, Rachel, right? And she's a young lady, mid-teen or early teen with low self-esteem, and she gets this little Alexa doll thing, and she starts interacting with it like it's her best friend and shit. And then she's got this like angsty goth sister who likes playing bass guitar and shit. And she hides the doll.
I only like the Pixies.
I know, dude. The pigs. It's like, oh, come on, man. You've never heard their fucking, you know.
I only like Mom's music because she's dead now.
Poor little
I'm
monkey
angsty.
or some shit. Yes. Yeah. See, Joy
God,
Division is a great old band. I mean,
it was so poorly written, though. This is just bad.
What, this episode?
This whole episode.
Yes,
it was garbage.
I must concur. All right, let's see. All right, this Angry Rice is the girl's name. And then rounding it out is the sister, bass playing, Madison Davenport is the actress. And Mark Menchaca plays the father who is trying to create the better mousetrap. He creates this mouse that's funny as shit with a stun gun at the end of it, right? The electrodes from a stun gun.
Yeah.
It pops into this mouse and it fries it, man. That was funny as shit. I did like that. I thought that was entertaining. Actually, I wanted to see more of that shit, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I knew what they were going to do with it right when they did that.
Yeah, of course.
Because the whole episode plays out like an episode of fucking Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, yeah, backwards. It's like it was, you know, it was written from the end, right? We've got the.
Not really. It was. I'm more so going with the two sisters. One of them being Shaggy and one of them being Scooby. And then the fucking little robot being Scrappy Doo, and they go on a wild mission to save their favorite singer. Woo! Right. And then it was really the mom the whole time. No way! I just... What a fucking shit show. I just don't... I'm almost getting a nosebleed with how much money I know they spent on this episode to get Miley Cyrus into an episode of Black Mirror, and then to do all that CGI, and then on top of it, to pay the rest of the actors, and... Just fuck you. Fuck you all for throwing that much money down the toilet. You could have spent that on anything else and made something better. Anything. It could have been fucking, I don't know, Barney episode or Barney season 29 for children, and it would have been a better waste of money.
Chat, you hear that sound? That's the sound of Brian's hemorrhoids growing.
Yeah, it is. My asshole is clenching so hard right now with rage.
You might have a little bit of blood in your drawers.
Full prolapse. What are you talking about?
Whoa. Image. Negative. Yeah, this is, you know... for some reason, I agree with you. I think that it was planned to be like they're out there. I think they're really trying to reach the wrong crowd. They're trying to reach everybody when they should be trying to reach fucking sci-fi fans, right? I don't know, man. No. If you just write good sci-fi, man, it'll be good.
But they weren't trying to reach everyone because they had cussing in this episode.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus cussed.
Like a sailor. If I remember correctly.
So, I think that they were still going with the sci-fi. I just think that they ran out of ideas. And that's the problem, is these guys made essentially what is the modern day Twilight Zone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they started out really good, but you know what's different about the Twilight Zone than any other series? It was written, I want to say in the 50s, right?
It was written in the, well, actually it's 59 through 66, I want to say.
Yeah, 59 through 66.
Yeah.
So, you have people that read books back then. You know that, right?
Yeah.
There's a big difference between how we talk now and how we talk then.
Well, the very first episode of Twilight Zone is the guy after the nuclear explosion, he's got all these books to read because he loves reading books. And then
he breaks his glasses.
He breaks his glasses. He can't see. You
Yeah.
know? Burgess Meredith.
And they understood irony. They understood social faux pas for the time. They understood how to make things a dystopian, soul-crushing ending that you would remember that episode forever. For instance, the Pig People episode where the woman's beautiful at the end. And the rest of the world is ugly.
Yeah, that's Ellie
And
Mae.
she's like, I'm hideous.
Yeah, it's Ellie Mae from the fucking Beverly Hillbillies.
Yes.
Donna Douglas is the actress. It's a great episode.
It is.
Oh, dude.
But
there's so many of them, you know?
And that's the way this series, Black Mirror series, starts out that way. It starts out very dystopian. I love the episode, what is it, Bad Wolf or something? Where they literally have the image of the bad guys from Minecraft everywhere, and people are using their cell phones to watch this woman running from a guy trying to shoot her to death.
Right.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Yeah.
But they ran out of ideas because they don't read books. Because this isn't the 1950s/60s.
Right.
You have to educate
that's
yourself.
one thing. Yeah, Rod Serling was an avid reader. You know, you can tell.
Yeah.
You know, just by his scripts. He's very creative. Yeah, man, there's a lot of creativity out there. I just, you know what I think, dude? I think to some degree, I think Netflix is trying to spread the peanut butter too thin, man. I think that they're trying to use this broad brush and just, you know, change the way that people view episodic, series, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do know what you're saying. I feel I don't think that I don't know that they spread themselves too thin on this, because this is like one of their better series. It gets the most views.
Yeah.
But I think that they just thought, hey, it seems like they ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
Or
when they hit Netflix, dude, it changed. That's just my perception. You know?
Black Mirror, that's right, Black Mirror didn't start out on Netflix, did it?
No, it didn't. It was Channel 4, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And you remember the Christmas episode with John Hamm in it, where the dude is like,
yes.
They're walking him through the dating process, right? And and it turns out that she's, you know, doing a suicide pact and shit. It's dark as fuck, but it's funny, man. You know, see, there were a couple of jokes that were cracked in smithereens, but it was so dark they didn't come across well, I think. You know, I laughed at them. I got
a couple of them.
Yeah, I laughed at them too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm. I need to overestimate the intelligence of the crowd here. So yeah, you'll laugh at it too, crowd. You know who you are.
Yeah. So I think that I really hope if they come out with another season of Black Mirror, that it's a little better than this one. The last season was not that bad. It was pretty good.
There were some excellent moments. You know, the black and white with the robot dog looking things, man. That was
a great episode, man.
Fuck yeah, it was killer. The one about the one where the guy had the rip off of Star Trek, going on in his head because he fantasized about all these people at work. You know, he's doing this Walter Mitty thing through VR, right? Does anybody know what Walter Mitty refers to? It's a story by, I think it's James Thurber, about this dude that fantasizes about being all this shit. He's just a normal dude.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of people in real life, to be honest.
Head like a hoe. Yeah, no shit.
Kefke has a pretty apt comment here. Netflix has a habit of screwing things up.
And she's
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, did you see what was that werewolf show they had? It was Hemlock Grove.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Started out kind of intriguing. Season 2, what the fuck's going on? Season 3, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Who did this? Who hit you? Please don't ever make this again.
What I want to know is, who did Eli Roth piss off?
Right?
You know what I'm saying there, dude?
Yeah.
Damn, man. Because that was, I mean, he's a horror genius. You know, I even like the shit that nobody likes, like Green Inferno. I thought it was great. Yeah, have you seen that yet?
Nope.
It is good, and it's a nice. It's Cannibal Ferox or Cannibal Holocaust. It's a definite homage to that, and it's fantastic. Ever see Wolf Cop? You talking about
nope.
the sphere of lycanthropy? What was that guy, man, on fucking Medicare? That dude, man, was something else. The sphere of lycanthropy. Oh, Brian, you had to see that shit too. Oh my god, that was funny.
I don't watch any of that anymore, to be honest.
Right.
I just, I like, I don't know, things that are not so gay.
Yeah, I feel you, man. You know, the first episode, you know, it did like touch on shit like gender pliability and catfishing and that kind of thing. You know, which is, I think, you know, that's part of the current dialogue right now. So I thought that was, and it, you know, in the long run, it was fine. I mean, it was just like, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I didn't feel alienated or like an agenda was pushed on me by the first episode.
Not at all.
But I mean, that guy is now a gay cuck. Let's be honest.
That's right. There were
Even
no Caucasian Americans in that episode either. Just noticed that.
Yeah, but who cares? That makes sense.
I'm kidding, man.
There are these things called all black families. They do exist. They're not like a myth.
Oh man. You wouldn't know that though with a lot of TV shows and shit.
Right?
Anyway, yeah. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But you know, it's almost like every teenage, like early 20s drama that comes out. You can predict what the relationships are, and the whole cast will be, you know, this person, and it's literally just, you know, filling cubby holes in, man. You know.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. I don't know, man.
Check mark nerdy chick or nerdy dude with hot chick. Check mark jealous ex Chad boyfriend. Check mark. You know.
Keep going.
It's literally. You want me to keep? I don't have the whole list memorized, but there's a lot of them. Mean cheerleader friend that's into the Chad. You know, there's a lot. It's just,
well, you know, and it kind of like if you think about it, it kind of you know, elbows the Chad a little bit too. You know, in that first episode, it's kind of like, yeah, you're all really gay anyway. We know that shit.
Well, I mean,
you know,
he plays a gay guy on the internet.
Well, right. You know, it's not the actors. It's just I think it's a statement on people. You know, I mean, if a penis touches a penis, is that really gay?
Yeah, that's real gay.
That's pretty fucking gay, isn't it?
That's gay. How about if a digital penis touches a digital vagina, but the digital vagina is owned by a dude? Right.
It's got a dude's brain in that.
Is that gay? Or does that just make that guy gay?
It makes the emotional connection gay.
But what if there's no emotional connection? It's just sex.
Well, then he's jacking off. I think we covered this, or didn't we not? Yeah. Okay. Good.
But we didn't cover the other side. What if you're the dude in the woman's body? Does that make you gay?
Or just bi-curious? You know, I mean, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a woman to have a woman's
No.
feelings, to have
No.
like a lovely set
Not
of
once.
breasts, you
Nope.
know.
I have a lovely set of breasts, sir.
Yeah, or like you
Yeah.
know, even like to suffer from.
I call them my
PMS.
pizza wedges. They're all saggy. They got a big old nipple at the bottom.
I like the way you say that, man. It's pretty funny.
Flop them all over. Swim in the pool, have them float everywhere.
Crap, Bubba, son.
So what do you give this out of 10?
The year.
The season.
All right. Well, let me add up. All right. What we got? We got. And 3. All right, and they add that. That's oh shit. 17. 17 divided by 3 is what?
That's a pretty bad score, is what that is.
It's about a 5, isn't it? About a 5.5. Yeah.
It's like a 5.5
For the season. Well, I mean, it was like 6 points for the first one, 8 points for the second one, and 3 points for the third one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think so. So if we're gonna do, let me get my calculator out here. Let's see here. So first one, we're gonna go with. I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10. Second one, 6 out of 10. And third one, I'm giving it a 2. Giving it less.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So we're
So it's 14.
You know,
so that's 14
season-
divided by 3. That's 6.3.
Yeah, you're looking at like a 4.75 on mine. Or sorry, 4.66.
So yeah, we're in the same ballpark. It's I don't know, man.
Disappointing. That's all I got to say about the season.
Yeah, it was, man.
Disappointing.
You know, Bandersnatch was so interesting and so intriguing.
It was.
It was actually, you know, and people hated that shit, man. I couldn't understand it.
It's because people don't like choice. They don't look. What we do, what we like to do, and what a lot of internet people like to do, very few normies like to do. They don't like making their own choices. They like sitting there, scratching their balls and eating their potato chips. Mm-hmm. They want that. I mean, why do you think things like Lucifer and Grimm and what other hot TV show was out there?
You're talking about former Vertigo titles that are now going to fall by the wayside because Vertigo's been killed? Did you know that? Vertigo Comics?
I don't know anything about that. What I'm talking about is the iZombie, for instance, right?
Yeah, they're on the Vertigo label. Yeah.
Oh, are they? I don't fucking know that.
Yeah,
but
Lucifer. Yeah.
Listen, it's not about their label. It's not about the label. It's about the fact that those shows are utter garbage. That's just brain junk food, where you sit around and you go, "This is interesting." Scratch my balls. These are good potato chips.
Yeah, I agree. You know, at least what they did was they came back full circle with iZombie, and now they're solving crimes again. It got pretty.
Who cares?
Stupid.
It's
I know
shit.
it is pretty shitty.
It's all shit. It's not good writing. It's not.
When is fucking? You know what I want? I want to know when The Expanse is coming out, dude. Oh shit! Did I mention that season 2 of The Dark is out? It came out like yesterday or the day before.
What's that?
That is a German show. I think it was the first season was like 4 or 5 episodes.
The time travel thing.
Yeah, exactly. Part of it takes place in the 80s, part of it takes place now, and part of it takes place in the 50s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Oh yeah, JTR the serial killer.
Yeah.
The chicken eye zombie is hot. I'd smash. Yeah, but only in her zombie outfit.
Yeah. Even dude, she's an Aussie too. She's got a sexy accent. I'm down with that shit. JTR, you say things that make me a shameful man that I act like this, and I'm married.
So yeah,
I love JTR serial killers.
What are we talking about next week, sir?
Are we talking about murder on the interwebs? If we can find it?
If we can find it, is that what we originally had slated?
We had talked about that. That one came up from SMG had mentioned that one. And
yes.
And well, there's Stranger Things.
Oh,
See,
no.
But
no,
I think,
no.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing it. Let's look up this murder on the...
the character may be in the DC domain, Kepke. You may be right. But I was talking about the character based on the gaming version. That his own comic, the one that the show's based off of, was Vertigo. I think.
Well, there's
now you got me questions,
okay. So I'm not seeing what he was talking about, but I am seeing the Perfection.
Oh, dude. I've been seeing like let's do that, the Perfection.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfection in time, it's so essential. You got to live up to your potential. Perfection. Perfection. That's the Run DMC, man.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Woo lad.
No shit. Never admit to felonies over the fucking interwebs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, shit, y'all. So, all right, next week, the Perfection, and we will go over that, and it'll be Independence Day, and we will discuss the importance of our independence and free speech, and we'll say things freely that that may offend, and we don't give a fuck. You all right?
I'll just say this. And this is probably going to piss off a couple of people.
Okay.
If you don't believe it's an expression of freedom of speech to burn the American flag, then you don't believe in freedom of speech.
Yeah, you're a dumbass. Yeah. All right, so Cream Stream is not going to happen this Friday. No Cream Stream this Friday, but Sunday I'll be talking with Kefke on the ice cream interviews. Kefke is a fantastic artist. She's done the little, if you see the little triangle thing in the corner there, she did that. I will show a bigger version of that. It's pretty hip. My Bubba the Butter Baron. What you gonna cook for 4th of July, bro?
4th of July? I don't know. I usually make a 4th of July video, but as of late I've been sick and making videos doesn't seem to work out, at least not on this channel, so I'm still working on that other channel.
You need some chicken soup, bro.
I do. I need some chicken soup and a big old pair of titties in the face. That's what I need. That's pretty much what I'm going to go do in about 10 minutes.
That's right. Well, I guess, man, we're done for the show. You want to say bye-bye and we'll slide out?
Bye-bye. Thug life.
All right. Later, people. I'll see you, like I said, Sunday, 5 Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, and 2 Pacific. It's all right. OUT.
Every week on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, the Cream Stream, the weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, the ice cream interviews, fascinating people, fascinating people. Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, hot takes with the Butter Baron, watching horrible shit so you don't have to. Subscribe to IRATE Prostate now.